I don't mix business with family. So this is the price. Whoever the person is the price. So then secondly, when they saw that, okay, I noticed that when people pay for the products, when they actually pay for the products, they value the products very well. Like they cherish the products. That's the best part. And then the fact that they pay for the products also creates a platform for them to give me genuine feedback. Before, if I'm giving the person a shoe at a giveaway price, even if there are errors, the person will not want to speak out, not to hurt my feelings, because it'll be like, another day you feel I'm not appreciating. But if the person is buying the product, any mistake, you point it out because he's paid for it. You wouldn't want to pay and get something less. So you tell me that this is what I paid for. This is what you're giving me. I don't like it. If there's delay, the person will be angry and will actually point out. So I now had to sit down, write out my principles. Okay, where do I want to focus on? Where the customer place order the most? What and what do I need? Okay, initially I go out to pay for sewing. I go out to pay for filing, and the filing is substandard. So in the long run, this will be the cost. When the money came, okay, initially I planned on buying one sewing machine, but when the money came, I ended up buying two because of the demand of the work. Then for the filing machine, I could not afford the two because it's very expensive. So I bought one, and then I now said, okay. Another thing customers are complaining about again, especially on social media, is the fact that the quality of the pictures are very low. And that was true because the phone I was using, I bought it like 2016 in my year one. So I had to, from that money, buy actually it's a Samsung phone, a great camera, but a very cheap one. A very cheap one. I would say it was good for less price. So what I just went for the phone was the camera. And it has actually helped me in the promo because the longer lifespan of battery and the great picture. And I've seen people I don't even know, people from Port Harcourt, people from even from Aba, from Calabar, from different places I don't know. They'll just online, they'll call me, and then I'll reveal it to them. So the principles help me to realize profits, help me to be disciplined, and also help me to have focus. Like, this is what I want, and I work towards it.
Okay, so thank you for sharing that experience with us. And
thank you, sir.
I'm happy that you mentioned that beyond the money, that the knowledge also helped you. I think that's actually one of the main reasons why we do the Livewire training. So apart from the initial challenge of quality of picture and all of that, what else can you say was the challenge you saw or that you met in the marketplace? And
okay,
yeah.
No, sir, complete the question, sir.
Yeah, I said apart from the initial challenge of quality of pictures that your customers complain, what else can you say were the challenges you saw in the marketplace and how you were able to, or how you're managing them, or how at the moment maybe you've not been able to overcome them, but that you want us to talk about?
Okay. I'll say there are lots of them, sir, but to summarize everything, the first one is time management. Yes, because my work deals with, when I do the shoe, I deliver. So most time when I go to deliver it to the customer 90% of the time. So when other customers come to my workplace, they don't see me and they'll be like, you're not a serious businessman, and we're not stay in the shop and all that. Only your assistant. What if they steal your money? What if they do this? They are not the people of the business. Why should they be the one taking all the stress and all that? So that was the first thing I noticed. I wrote it down. The second thing I noticed was how to manage my funds. Sometimes I overbuy materials. Okay, when a customer places order for a material that is not popular, it's not a popular demand, I buy the material in excess so that in case of next time, and this material will stay long in my hand. Even if it's easy to do shoe, most people may not buy it. It should just be there. So that was the second thing I noticed. Then the third part, I noticed as new designs were coming, I was having issues crafting it. In short, I had a very big issue, which prompted me to come. Right now, I mean, I've decided. I left Calabar to Aba. I'm in Aba right now, and luckily I've gotten a place here. So let's say for the next, okay, let me say for the next 5 months or 6 months before my rent runs out, I'll be staying in Aba. So I learned how to craft design, like how to draw the design of the shoes from the basics. Yeah, before, initially I just get maybe design that my boss, when I was doing work, my boss did. I copied it out into a carbon paper, and I now had it. I didn't know how to craft. So when customers come, me going back to my boss was somehow stressful. And I think there were just few people who were willing to show you that secret. So when I came to Aba, I went to the man, I said, Oga, see, I didn't know how to make sure. This is what I'm just coming for. And the man is willing to train me, and I'm still in a way undergoing training, and I'm still working. So from here in Aba now, from here I stand to my customers. So those are the three things: the skill sets in a way, the time management, and management of materials. So, but what I did was I went back to revisit my notes from this thing. I remember, is it Mr. Shegun? I can't actually remember the person who said there are books you can also read that will assist you on most of these things. So I had to download some PDF files, mostly on Saturdays evening or Sunday after church. I sit down and read. And most of these PDF files have helped me, even how to talk to customers, even how to convince customers. So for the time management, what I do is, this is a new area. I don't know much around. That's the excuse I give. Because I don't know this place too. But I have someone who assists me doing that. So 90% of the time, I'm always at the workplace. Then secondly, for the materials, I just buy what the customer needs. So if I have excess spillover, like profit, after paying myself, paying my workers, paying the necessary amenities I need to pay for, and the spillover, okay, there's a percentage I put back into the business apart from the capital. Yes, to expand the business. The spillover from there, I can use it to buy that material I want to experiment with, so that I won't suffer a loss. Maybe let's say, okay, I can just sacrifice 2,000 naira and buy that extra material in large quantity, in the quantity you can afford. So 2,000 naira on the normal is something that you can even dash to somebody, you can donate out. So if I just sacrifice it into the business, it's not really a big deal like that. But if I'm now using from the customer money, the customer gave me 5,000 and I use 2,000 to go and buy that material. If I do that for 3 customers, I've lost 6,000 naira, which is a big amount of money. So planning myself, I plan, okay, what are my goals? That's where it all begins. That's where it all begins. What are my goals for this month? Okay, how many shoes will I make? So when orders begin to come in, I'll just politely tell the customer, okay. Sir?
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I politely tell the customer, okay, sir, see, I have now, honestly, Mr. Shegun said this, integrity, and it has helped me a lot. Like before, I was afraid of, if I tell this customer that I have plenty work, I will lose the customer, and I'm still a growing business. And at the long end, I will still lose the customer anyway if he finds out his work is delayed. I lost a lot of customers, sir, before the Shell Livewire. I can count 15 customers I lost because I delayed their work. So now when the customer bring the work, if I'm finishing the work on Thursday, I'll tell you I'm finishing it on Friday. So that latest, whether I fell ill or rainfall or any reason I could not finish it on Thursday, Friday, sure, you're getting the work. So I've kind of tried to build integrity. I tell you, I'm not finishing it on this deal. Oh, ma, please, if you're very sure you want to use it for a wedding on Saturday, I'll not be able to finish it that Saturday. So it's most likely you use an issue. I can assure you of finishing it on Saturday. So the person will know that, okay, these are my options. These are my options. So it has really helped me a lot. Being honest to my customer, being honest to myself, planning myself. That's the way I go around most of the problems. But there are many more problems. For the sake of time, I don't want to take up the whole time. There are many more problems, but what I just do is I do what I can, and the rest I learn from them. Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's very interesting. And what I take away from what you have shared with us is that you have been quite flexible in your approach to business. You have been able to know what is working for you at that point in time and move towards it. I like the fact that you looked at your location and you decided to move to Aba, where you have been able to figure out that you'll be able to grow in your skills and your knowledge of the business. I'm actually excited about that. And I think that is something that every other person can actually learn from, that you can move. You can move. If they need be, you can move. I actually like that fact. I actually like that fact. So congratulations, Joseph Ashi Akpanke. Yeah. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce it very well, but I really like your story, and I want to encourage you to keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward because that is how business grows, from one step to another step to another level. That's how business grows. And I'm excited that you are deploying your profits in a way that you are investing it back into the business. So that actually makes a whole lot of sense. Okay, so just to recap with you, you deployed your grant to buy filing machine, right?
Yes, sir.
And what again? There was another thing you mentioned earlier.
And 2 sewing machines, sir. Fairly used sewing machine.
Okay, 2 sewing machines. Okay, that's great. So apart from yourself.
And this particular phone I'm using to talk to you now, I also bought it from the ground.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. So apart from yourself, do you have any other person working with you in the business?
Mostly as staff, sir. But the staffs, like here in Aba, most of the staff are, should I say, contract. Okay, let me not use the word contract. Most of the staffs are like core members who want to acquire a skill.
Yeah, so, see, the most important thing is that whether you are paying them with cash or you are paying them with training, however you are paying them with, the most important thing is that sometimes you have people that join you to do your work. Okay. That's actually what I'm asking.
Okay, yeah. I do. I just give them some incentive, should I say stipend. But the staff I have are not like full-time staff. Since I'm not planning to base here, to settle down here, it's just after the training I go back.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No, that's really, really interesting and lovely. Congratulations. We know that as you keep moving, when you're done with your training, are you going back to Calabar when you're done with your training?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because in Calabar, so there are modalities I have that will save me costs. Like I have a place I'll stay without paying rent. I can actually walk, use my frontage. Like my house. I won't have to pay, and then I can use my frontage to work. It's just by the roadside, opposite the teaching hospital. So I already
Okay.
have an open area,
Okay.
which is like a market base for me already.
Oh, that's good.
Mm.
That's good. Congratulations. I
Thank you, sir.
wish you all the best. Yeah. I can see
Thank you.
you. Good luck, Ndowa. I can see you, Nkwoka Lens. I
Hello,
can
sir. Good
see
morning,
you,
sir.
Madinachi Uhegu. I can see you, Chamaka Nai. I can see you, Ruru Favor. You are all welcome to the
Hello.
program. Yeah,
Hello, sir.
Collins, do you want to
Good
talk
morning.
with us? Collins,
Yes,
do
sir.
you want to talk with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Good morning, sir.
you're welcome.
Yeah, so far my business, I thank God for my business, and I thank God for Shell Livewire for empowering me to go back to the fish cash feed business again. The experience I've had, after like a month, I discovered that I was the fish, 2 or 3 fish. I lost 2 or 3 fishes. And I went to buy tetracycline, and somebody just said, "You look as if you are feeding this fish too much." I have to apply a very good technique. I treated the fish with tetracycline. No red and yellow cast. I mix it with the feed, and the thing stopped. But instead of feeding the fish morning and evening, I have to use a technique to be feeding them once. And it has been helping me so much. At least I was not feeding them much. I was not feeding them too much again that will make them to hang and that will make them to die. I said that is my experience. I said I was feeding them once a day, and that once a day I will feed them very well. It will take them to the next day, and they are less than a month. They're just getting to 2 months, but they are doing very well. And the only challenge now that I'm also facing is praying that Shell Livewire will intervene before the feed I have get finishes. That
Okay,
is
okay,
experience.
yeah. So I want to encourage you that first and foremost, I want to congratulate you for the discoveries you have made on the best way to approach feeding your fish. That's interesting.
Yes, sir.
And then in terms of your sustaining your fish, I want to
Yes.
encourage you. Earlier on in the program, I was talking about other people's money. So you have fish and they will soon be mature. So
Yeah.
you can also be proactive. It's possible to even pre-sell the fish. What I mean by that is, you know how many numbers of fish you have.
Yes.
You know the people you may likely sell to. You can market them. Some of them you can ask them to make a commitment. Yeah, these
Okay.
things work in business. Sometimes people market in advance, since you know that
Okay.
very soon your fish will be ready for market. So
Yeah.
don't allow the fate of your fish to hang in the balance. What if the
Okay.
second tranche of the grant doesn't come before your feed finish? What will you do? So I think it's very important that you get proactive about this. It's very, because you are in business
Yes.
and there could be eventualities. The money will come, but what if it doesn't come when you expect it to come? So what do you do? So get proactive. And I earlier gave an example of how I even I use my mushroom farm as an example. I marketed
Yeah.
my customers. Some people booked for mushroom 1 year in advance. Mushroom
Wow.
they've not seen it 1 year in advance. So every month I was supplying. But that bulk order helped me to get money to be able to be running the business. So please don't put your entrepreneurial thinking
Yeah.
into gear.
Yes. I'm already.
Don't allow your business to be grounded because the money you're expecting didn't come when you were expecting it. Get proactive. Since you know the money will eventually come, just get proactive. Think of how to use other people's money to
Okay.
drive your business. Yes,
Thank
good
you.
luck. You're
Thank
raising
you.
your hand. You want to say something. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
You're welcome.
And good morning. I first of all appreciate and thank God for the Livewire program last year, a beneficiary. I actually had a challenge and a problem I'm still battling with on till now. Last month, I made a supply of palm kernel nuts, 2 tons of palm kernel nuts at the rate of 250,000 because it was water watch processing. So, and I told the client that we have 2 mode of preparation. We have hand picking, which is 100% shell free, no fibers and shell attached, 100% shell free. Then the water watch, the content is 10 to 12% shell attached. So after taking part of the product to the company, they tested it and satisfied that the product is okay. So they asked him to go and pick the product. He came and picked 2 tons of the palm kernel. Getting down to the company 2 weeks ago, I later received a report, an email that the product is not good enough for their pharmaceutical use, or what the extraction they want to use it, or what they want to use it for, that the product is not good enough. And I said, earlier on, the product was tested. They tested the product. They make inquiry and say, okay, they can mix of the product. And I didn't really know what to do. As of last week, I also received another call again that I should supply another kernel, at least 1 ton, in order to help them pushing that product, that it was not good enough. And I told them that buying 1 ton of palm kernel nuts, process it, crack it, and maybe prepare it for them to pick up is not something that I can, even 200,000 I cannot do. So I can't do that. And the OT is still bringing some issues till now. So I really joined this meeting today so that I can know such a situation, a scenario, how should I handle it? How should I go about it, sir?
Okay, quick question for you. Were there any documentations that when they asked you to supply, were there documentations?
Yes, there were documentation. We even give them about 20 kg to go and test run it, whether it's good. The water watch process, the one they want to pick, they want to buy. We also give them that some part, about 20 kg of it, to go and test run it. And they came out and said, okay, it's good, that the product met their requirement of production.
What I'm asking is, if there were documentations, did you have any documents to show that was signed or something?
Yes.
Okay, so yes. Documents were signed.
Yes, sir.
In the signed documents show the quantity you supplied.
Yes, sir.
So in this kind of instance, if documents were signed and they want to change the goalpost midway, you can always consult legal people around you to be able to find out, because if they put you under pressure, constantly changing the goalpost midway, that means you can never really come out of that business. You can never really make money from the business. So yes. Sometimes there are disagreements in business. And one of the ways to resolve such disagreements is to look at the documents that were signed. So you gave them an invoice and all of that, and probably they gave you an LPO, local purchase order and all of that. So if they gave you yes, such sir. Documents, it becomes easy to say, okay, but this is the document you gave me and I have fulfilled my own part. So you fulfill your own part. Sometimes this is happening in business. Don't feel helpless if you are the smaller person in the business and the other person is the bigger person. Don't feel helpless. So that's why, and this goes for everybody, always ensure that every bit of your business is documented. So somebody asks for a supply and you send a supply, there should be an invoice which they should sign off to show that they have received it. And when they ask for the supply, there should be a document to show that they asked for it. And all of those documentations, if somebody gives you a contract, the person should give you what we call a purchase order. The purchase order is like a commitment that I'm giving you this job. If you deliver, I will pay. So one way to also show that you delivered is through the other documentations that will go with it, your invoice and all of that. So if at the end of the day, somebody is now changing the goalpost, you can now refer the person to all of those documents. And with that, you can make a case for it. You can't lose it. You don't need to lose money because you are the smaller person in the business. No, you can make a case for it and they can respect your rights, but you need to consult. If you have legal people around you, your friends, your relations who are lawyers or something, you need to consult for them to direct you in terms of the documents that you signed to be sure that you actually have strong basis to ask for your rights. So I'm saying it again, don't think you are helpless because you are the smaller person in that relationship. This one is a big company and you are just a small business. No, don't feel helpless. You have rights that should be respected even by the big companies. I hope that to some extent addresses that issue. However, continue to engage because business is a relationship and relationships can run for several years if it's maintained well, but it is not at your own detriment. Okay. Some businesses are not honest. Yeah, we see that every now and then. So, but you should be able to protect yourself. So maybe in our next meeting, we'll be able to talk a little bit about a few things a small business person can do to protect yourself when you are going into a relationship, like a supply relationship, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. So as always, we don't like keeping you long on this call. So I thank all of you who have participated. We know you are busy people, and we want to allow you to continue with your business. If someone have something to show us, if you couldn't do it today, I'm sure you can show us next week. Tuesday is always the time, 10 o'clock, we'll be able to get it right. We are very sorry today. We had some technical challenges initially that cost us some minutes out of our time. However, keep on firing. No retreat, no surrender. We have started the business. We will surely continue to grow in the business. I wish you all the best. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
God bless you, sir.
God bless you too. Have a lovely
Mr.
time.
Yeah.